Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Comics and Coffee with Cliff. Today with me, Scotty Vaughn. You know him from Comic Book Addicts. We're going to have a great time.
Yes, sir.
I've lost my intro because I have no audio on it. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, Cliff. I'm so glad to be here hanging out with you, man. I got my coffee. I took my meds. I'm jacked up and ready to go. So I'm ready to do this.
You've got comics, which is like super important.
I got comics as well, so that's always fun.
Oh my goodness. So this morning, wait, hold on. I do have something special I wish to show everybody. That would be really important. Oh, did I still not have it? This is terrible. I love that like none of my videos want to work for me. It's really lovely.
It happens to me too.
I just showed this to you too, and now it's just like I'm gone. It's just gone.
It's because we're live now.
This is wonderful. I love it. It's a dumpster fire first thing in the morning. Yes, we do have assorted creamers this morning. I've got hazelnut. I've got cinnamon pumpkin. That's right, cinnamon pumpkin. Go try to find that creamer, everybody.
Wow, sounds good.
Canadian Survivalist is here. Good morning. John is here. Good morning. Rich is here. Good morning. And all the way from New Mexico, Las Cruces.
What's up, y'all? Good morning.
Let's see how much. There we go. Here's the special message. There, now it's official.
It's official. You heard it here first.
Clear the children from the room. We're about to talk about what kind of Astroglide or other synthetic lubricant you can use in the bedroom.
You've been warned. You have been warned.
Oh my goodness. Did you read anything fun this week?
I read a lot of good stuff this week. The Ultimates continues to be good. Are you reading the Ultimates?
I read Ultimates 1.
Issue 2 just came out this past week. It was really good.
And I'm sure I will read it one day and I will enjoy it very much.
The new X-Men dropped this week. Issue 1 of the new X-Men.
That one I flew through. No, mediocre at best.
You didn't like it?
I did not like it. I liked the artwork, and I felt like there was nothing interesting happening here. It was, I don't know. I was and I know issue 1s are difficult, so I'm gonna give it a pass. But like, I don't know. Sometimes you can do exposition in 1 or 2 pages, and then give us. It was good at giving us action. That was good, but it was also giving us exposition in the action, and also it was like kind of a little lame, and like, oh, like Orcus is now doing this and that with the U-Men, and it's like, okay, you're good, you're doing stuff, you're out there.
I had fun with it. I did have fun reading the book. It wasn't the greatest, but I had fun with it, and I like the team. I feel like it's a cool mix of characters, and even like Kid Omega, I enjoyed like the banter back and forth between like him and Magneto and him and just other characters in the book was fun for me.
I love me some Kid Omega.
Yeah, it's a cool team. I do like the team. I will say that much.
I'm just wondering, is he still walking around in a skin suit of his younger self?
I don't know.
Like, they never addressed that. It's basically like dude's in a skin suit of his younger self, and that's it. And we're just supposed to roll with that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we're rolling with it.
But this week was a heavy week. I feel like it was a pretty big week in comics. Kid Venom had gotten delayed. It finally dropped. And I was curious about
with
that
9
title.
Covers.
Do what now?
With 9 covers, Kid Venom.
Yes, of course.
Mind you, I love Kid Venom. I'm all for Kid Venom, and I am terribly annoyed by the 9 covers. I'm really over variants at this point.
I feel you.
And I don't know. I really don't know what anybody is doing out there anymore. And then of course, like, are variants actually helping LCSs or not? That's like that's a really big thing for me.
Yeah.
So we've got a 2-year reflective this year. Very fun. I love that. Thank you, Cover Price, for giving me early morning delicious content. Oh my goodness. So let's see. What did I actually read recently that I enjoyed? So I did like Ultimates #1. But I don't like, I was going to say, Ultimate Spider-Man was just so good at hitting all the right spots. You know what I mean?
I like that series a lot. It's been great.
Yeah, like it's just like, he came in there and just hit everything on the nose, what Spider-Man should really feel like. And then, like, I don't know. I don't like, I also felt like he should have been writing Ultimates, And but maybe that would have been too much. So I'm not sure what direction that they're going in. Like, and that world's Reed basically wants to be Doom. I think that's kind of interesting. It's like, well, I guess if I was kidnapped by my doppelganger and my mind was warped, maybe I'd want to walk around and call myself Doom. I'm like, okay. Maybe I'm being too judgy.
There's so many good titles out though right now.
Yes, and most of them are not Marvel or DC.
Yeah, true. There are a lot of good indie books.
The Energon universe is absolutely killing it.
Oh yeah, it's been fantastic. Fantastic. Void Rivals has really turned it up here lately.
Yeah. Oh my God, Void Rivals is so good. People do not understand. They do not understand.
It's really turned it up.
Yeah, no, Void Rivals has been fantastic.
I enjoyed Cobra Commander a lot. Did you read Cobra Commander?
Yeah, Cobra Commander was very good. Really set Cobra Commander up.
Yeah,
it was like, okay, yeah, we're getting full villain Cobra Commander. Love it.
Yeah, and I hope to see that one kind of continue out a little bit through Destro. So it's gonna be fun to read Destro.
Well, we're getting G.I. Joe. It's coming. So that's what we're really gonna watch play out. Also, I don't know if they meant to make Destro look sexier than ever, but kudos to them because he's looking better than ever.
He's looking pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool, especially on that main cover where he's sitting in
the
throne.
Main cover, he's sitting there. The chest is exposed. The
got
collar,
the little gun there between his legs.
That big old phallic sphere just giving me, just heating me right up.
There you go. Yep, love it.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Ghost Machine hitting on all cylinders as well. Ghost Machine.
Tony, Phil. Good morning, TFA. Oh my God, lurking, feeding my daughter. Boy, I'm glad if you're feeding her, she's too young to know what we're saying. And you got everybody. I love Tony. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Wellbore.
What's up, Wellbore? We got my brother Durs. What's up, man? Thanks for coming out, bro.
And we got my boy Phil. Hello. The other Phil. The Council of Phils is coming together.
So many good Phils in the chat.
You know what's funny? He knows about water-soluble lube, and I agree that is the healthiest option. But also, if we're trying to get the work done, you're going to need a hybrid or a full synthetic. And it's really funny because we're talking about like it's an oil change, but it's for real.
You got to know it though. Because if you don't, you get the cheap stuff, and then you end up with a sticky mess. That's what you end up with.
Well, no, you got to have a water bottle near the bed. The spray bottle. You can just gotta have that ready, and if it starts to get sticky, pop with the spray bottle.
Wow. See, there you go.
If you have a very adventurous partner, then a super soaker, baby.
Oh wow, bringing back the old school. I love it.
There'll be a lot of screaming.
I love it.
And it could be fun. Oh, Dracula.
10 a.m. you guys.
My beautiful. I just love that his real name is Adrian, because Adrian just sounds like such a would-be vampire name.
It does. It really does. His name sounds like a good Dracula name. I love Adrian.
It really does.
Dracula. He's awesome.
Jack, you're the best. Come visit New York, buddy. We'll find you a flight.
Great artist. Amazing artist.
Fly into Newark, and I'll pick you up at the airport.
Old Wolf. Sometimes you need a like more than spit.
Right? Exactly. It's true. I'm sure he meant to say lube though. There's a town in Michigan named after Drac. I love it.
Sweet.
Carry me. Carry you? Bitch, I don't fly. That's your shtick. Fly by night. And land before sunup. Have a casket waiting for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God! I really want Adrian to visit. I actually have lots of plans for him to visit. All of them Council Comics related, nothing else. Don't any of you get any wrong ideas.
Yeah.
This isn't the pressable defects we're talking about.
Yeah, I love Jack. Such a cool dude. Amazing artist.
Yeah. Who's an amazing artist?
Drac.
Oh no, he's an amazing artist. Oh my God, I'm dumb. I'm off my bell. I'm really off my bell.
It's all good.
It's funny. I asked whatever Cliff. What, Trev? What do you mean whatever?
Hey,
what did I miss something with Trev? Did I miss something?
I don't know.
Or does he think I'm still gonna try him? I'm still gonna try and blow Adrian if he comes to New York. Oh my!
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Comics and Special Creamers with Cliff. And look, terrible. Oh, I did get something new this week.
What did you get?
So a few weeks ago, Lone Star, aka My Comic Shop, they always do auctions, but the auction was for the 10th anniversary of CBCS. And as you know, people don't tend to pay big prices for CBCS. So for under $30, I got myself this lovely #1 here.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, got to see it big.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Looking good.
Love me some 2099.
But also, it's Stan Lee's last creation for Marvel.
Nice.
If I understand correctly. But
yeah, I believe so. It seems like I've seen something about that before. I just have a bad memory retention.
But it's just another one of those things where like I'm aware of its existence, but of course seeing other people talk about it, like Rob and Rob's fabulous Daxo Comics.
Oh yeah, Rob definitely loves himself some 2099 books.
Yes, but he always has made a special deal about this.
Nice.
So anyhow, yeah, I grabbed the treat. It's real cheap, so I was like, all right. So I was all over it. All right.
That's a great.
We have no questions in the chat. Everyone is just having a chilling time this morning. So let's get to my new favorite segment. Rate it or hate it. I'm gonna take you on a tour to Cover Price's top 10 from 2 years ago this week.
Let's do it.
And so here's the game. If you say rate it, you got to give it a 1 through 5 and where it lands for you. One being like, it's absolutely not for me, but there's a niche market out there for this, right? 2 is like whatever. 3 is like, oh yeah, probably a good grab, maybe flip it. 4, great for the collection, good for a flip. 5, absolutely have to have it in my PC. Totally a worthy investment, right? Like Primo is number 5.
Gotcha.
All right. We're going to begin with what was at number 10 2 years ago. Let's get the screen sharing going. Number 10. Sonic the Hedgehog 50. All right. So what do we know about Sonic the Hedgehog number 50 from 2 years ago? All right. It was going for 140 ungraded, and then kind of dropped down to $65 this year. Let's see. This is a 1 in 25 ratio for number 50.
Yep.
The cover initially went for about $50 to $80 when it was released, jumping to a high of 140. 2 years later, it's a much more accessible comic than most other Sonic variants, bringing it to a bust at $65. Although sometime this year, one 9.8 copy sold for $200. Oh, actually, it was October of 23. It still remains a fairly sought-after book, even though the hype has died down. All right, rate it or hate it?
Well, I don't hate it. I'm going to rate it. It's not something that I would want to have in my personal collection, but it does hit the nostalgia feels. And I did used to collect some of the older Sonic books. I don't know. It's not something I would need in my collection. If I found it cheap, if I found it on the cheap end, I might pick it up. I don't know. I'd give it like a 4. I'll rate it a 4. It's a pretty cool 1 in 25. I like the Sonic in action here, kind of like what Redondo was doing in Nightwing on that one issue where you get to see all the action panels.
That was issue 100. That was issue 100 of Nightwing. So very appropriate.
It's really cool to see that kind of stuff playing out, and I love that on the front cover here. So yeah, if I found it cheap enough, I would definitely grab it.
I unfortunately have to go with a 2. I appreciate it. I'm not a Sonic fan. It's not quite for me. But it is a great looking cover. I wouldn't be mad if I found it. You know what I mean?
Would you grab it if you found it on the cheaper end? If you found it for around like $60,
like $10. If I found it for $10, I'd grab it. You know?
What about for like 50?
50? No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not that kind of fan. Like maybe on a good day, maybe 20. But ultimately, do I love Sonic that much? No. I was like, if I had to choose this and something I'm hunting on my list, this is not even going to show up on the radar. You know,
no doubt. I feel you, Cliff. I definitely. It's not something I would be like highly sought after or anything.
Right, but but you really do like Sonic. So if you saw this, you know, you're out at a show and you see this for $25, you'd be like, wow.
Yeah, it does hit the nostalgia feels for me, and I do like the older Sonic stuff. I've done a deep dive on the history of the creators, and there's a lot of controversy with the original creator of Sonic. It's a very interesting story. You should go look it up on YouTube if you're not familiar. There's a lot of cool history behind this character, though.
There really is, and so much controversy.
Yes, absolutely. Too much to get into here.
Yeah, that's what makes you a legend, Sonic. All right, number 9. Iron Cat number 1. This is the 1 in 50 scan variant. Okay. And let's see, 2 years ago, why were you hot? First appearing in Black Cat number 12, the Iron Cat sparked some interest among collectors when Marvel announced a new anti-hero will be appearing in her own run. 2 years ago, this cover became a highly desirable book upon release within a week of hitting shelves. At the time, the hype surrounding the new Iron Cat also led fans to hunt the first appearance of Tamara Blake in Spectacular Spider-Man Annual 4. 2 years later, and one Madam Web movie later, the fever for supporting Spider-Man heroes and villains has died down considerably. Tamara Blake hasn't made much noise in Marvel Comics at this time. Currently, near mint copies of this book are selling around $26. While a bust, would you still pick up this 1 in 25 for $26? Rate it or hate it?
Man, I don't like hating on stuff, but I'm gonna hate it. This is just another. I feel like it's a money grab. I do have the main cover for this issue 1, but you never saw this character again after this. It's just, I don't know. I don't see a return of this character either. So I'm gonna hate it.
Ooh, ferocious! I hate. Oh my god, I'm giving it a 1.
Okay.
And maybe because I have the entire run of Iron Cat. So
Cool character.
I can't go full on hate. It was not the worst series I was reading. All right, moving into number 8. Ooh, and this is right on time, people, because we had a new trailer drop for the new Captain America. It's Incredible Hulk number 449, the first appearance of the Thunderbolts, awesome. Masters of Evil in Disguise.
Awesome.
Rated or I don't even need to read the description. I'm so down for this. Rated or hate it?
Well, this is a book that has been on a list of keys that I would like to acquire for quite a while now. I'm a fan of the Thunderbolts, believe it or not. I really dig what they did with this team, where they were like kind of villains, going around acting like they were heroes, and actually at certain points kind of having a divide. Some of them actually wanted to be heroes, and then some of them wanted to be villains, and it was a really cool story. I dig the Thunderbolts. I really would like to have this in my collection. If I found this on the lower end, I'm definitely picking it up. I'll give it a 5.
And I'm going to agree with you. I get a 5. And of course, I still have my copy from back in the day when I fell in love with the Thunderbolts.
Awesome.
So I started picking up Thunderbolts when it came out. And then I was like, oh, I don't have their first appearance. So then I found their first appearance, grabbed it for like $5, you know, because people just like were tepidly caring about it at the time, you know?
Okay.
Because they hit their stride. The reveal that this new superhero team during the Heroes Reborn era was actually the Masters of Evil in Disguise was like tremendous. Yeah. And you know, they hit the scene by rescuing Franklin Richards at an event. You know, Songbird put him in a force field bubble. So like everyone's like, oh, you know, the heir to the Fantastic Four rescued by the new agents, Thunderbolts. You know? Yep. And then like their first angle, they team up with Spider-Man, and the whole time they're like, we got to take Spider-Man out. We've got to kill him, right? And Spider-Man is helping them, guiding them, protecting them, you know, showing them what it's like to do the work. And like at the end of the angle, they're like, we can't kill him. And they're like, this is the best Spider-Man has ever treated us.
Right, yeah. And it's really cool the divide that the team begins to have. And where some of them want to go in the route of being a true hero, and then some of them want to continue being villains. And it's a great story, though, man. I really enjoyed it. This was a definite grab.
My favorite remains Meteorite, because she likes the concept of being a hero, but she completely and utterly lacks the moral scruples to be one.
Okay.
Like, remember when Jolt joined the team, and every time the heroic thing had to be done, she would ask Jolt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and of course she was falling in love with Hawkeye, so she was really trying to become a good person. She convinced herself, like, Jolt is so good, if I keep listening to her, I can become a good person.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, you the messiest bitch in Marvel. I love you so much right now. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Peter's got some beautiful interviews over there called This Is My. I was on last week. You could go check it out. Mr. X was also there. His show was better received than mine. But the point is, go check it out, although I love my episode.
Check them both out. Check them both out.
Check mine out first. And then I'm like, no, I get overshadowed really quick if we do it in reverse. Taking the Thunderbolts more dynamic than Suicide Squad. I completely agree.
I think so. But I'm more a Marvel guy, though. I'm Marvel heavy when it comes to my pull list. So
yeah, no, and that's the funny thing. I'm more of a DC guy, but you know, I've spent plenty of time with Marvel, especially them X-Men. Talk about messy. All right, moving on to number 7. It's Black Panther number 3 from July of 2022. This is Tosin's first appearance. Without me having to look it up, it's also Legacy issue 200. You know, plus stories there. I'm like, this book's got everything. You know.
Yeah. Is this Alex Ross on the cover art?
Yes, it is.
Wow, very nice.
Wait, is it Alex Ross on the cover? I'm being very assumptive.
I don't know. It kind of looks like it a little bit. I could be dead wrong.
Well, I mean, now that we have 3 other people who do similar stuff, it's a whole thing.
Let us know in the comments who did
please.
the cover art. Am I dead wrong?
But rate it or hate it.
Okay, Trev's saying yes, Alex Ross. Rate it? Yeah, I'm going to rate it. I actually have this book in my collection. It's an awesome cover. I was reading the run when I eventually hopped off at a certain point, but I was enjoying the run. I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4.
Again, I'm in total agreement with you. I have the book. It was a good run. 4 all the way.
Yeah. If you see it cheap, pick it up. I wouldn't pick it up at these prices. I would try to get it maybe below that $32 mark somewhere. I don't know. Try to get it as cheap as you can. If you see it in the dollar bins or in bargain bins for pretty cheap, pick it up.
Yeah. The thing is, I think this book left its mark. It's probably going to be hard to find it for anything lower than 20.
You think so?
Yeah, because the kid's name is Tosin in the movie, so that's it. Like the awareness is there, and that probably will keep it there. Easy to spot.
I'm not up on the movie spec like some of you guys, so you'll have to fill me in on that.
That's the thing. Movie spec is kind of dead, but it's also like people are aware. Like you gotta find someone to find good dollar bin stuff. You really gotta find somebody who doesn't give a shit and they're unloading. Right? But the thing is, nowadays you go to a flea market and almost everybody knows what's up. You know?
True.
Like, so if I go to a flea market, there'll be a dude there with the dollar boxes, but this will be sitting on the rack behind him, you know, with a little sticker on it that says First Tosin.
True.
You know?
If you have a McKay's resale store near you, hit up McKay's because they wildly misprice their stuff. So you might find this cheap there.
Oh, look at that. Also, this could end up in an Ollie's bag. You never know.
It could.
It totally
I've seen
does.
Crazier things happen. Yeah, I've seen crazier books pop up in Ollie's bags.
All right. So this one's a 4 from both of us.
4. Solid 4. I like it.
Oh my God, this is funny. Movie specs for the hardcore fans that'll never leave now. I don't know about that. I'm just saying, you know, shit's in the air.
There you go. Nice. Very cool. You hit the same one that Lady F hits up. She hits that one up.
There you go. All right. This is where the list starts to get real ugly, everybody.
Uh-oh. Ugliness.
Yeah, it starts to get real ugly because 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these, 4 of the remaining 6 are the same book.
Oh man.
Let us begin.
Let's begin.
At number 6, 8 Billion Genies, number 1. Ryan, no middle initial, Brown. Curse Words parody, 1 in 25. Rate it or hate it. I'm not even going to get into it. We all know this book was specking hard not long ago.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, this book was on hot lists everywhere. It was super hot book. It's kind of died down a little bit now. I don't know. It's not a series that I'm on, and it's not a series that I love. If I found it for cheap, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll say rate it, and I'll rate it like a 1 because it's just not something. It's a series that a lot of my friends are reading and a lot of my comic book homies around me are really enjoying, but it's just not something that I'm on or I'm enjoying. So, and I don't want to hate it because it is a good book. And I did enjoy the first couple of issues. I liked where they were going with it. I liked the creative team behind this book, and there's so many great covers for this book. I'm not going to hate it. I'm going to say I'll rate it low, like a 1.
I'm going with a 2 because I have the series and I've enjoyed the series. But all this no, don't care. You're lucky I even like you, 8 Billion G's. Now, the next one is really going to test you, Scotty. It's going to test you very hard because the next one is 8 Billion Genies number 1, but the cover artist is Trish Forstner.
Oh, Trish Forstner. Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, that one hurt.
Let
Yeah, like I
cut
said,
me through you.
I'm not reading this series, but I am a fan of Trish Forstner as an artist and as a person. She's just a tremendous person, and a tremendous artist, and I enjoy watching her grow as an artist over time. Man, she's just so good. I enjoy Trish. She's an amazing person. Can't say it enough. I'm gonna rate this one. I'll go. We got the nostalgia feels because you got the Nintendo homage. So
It is 1 in
that
500. It is a 1 in 500.
oh wow, a 1 in 500. It's homaging Super Mario 3, which was like one of my favorite Christmas presents of all time, ever from childhood. Man, I'm gonna have to rate this like a solid 3. A solid 3.
I am going to acknowledge that she is a supporter of Comic Screen Cancer and nothing but love
Absolutely.
for Trish Forstner. Thank you, Rob.
Trish
And
does a lot of good.
given that it actually has gone up in value, given that Trish is amazing, given the Super Mario 3 vibes, given that it is a 1 in 500, so it's actually difficult to come by, I am going to give it a 5. I would be very, very proud to have this up, you know? So yeah. That's a whole thing. I would do it. We're giving it 5 for Trish, baby. Mwah. All right. Moving on. We're going to leave 8 billion genies behind for a moment for this scandalous next cover, which only received a bump in hype due to its presentation. What if Miles Morales became Thor?
Oh Lord.
Number 4 in the Miles Morales series. What is this book known for? It is known for being a disaster by Odin Spade and many other terrible, terrible pieces of stereotypical, outdated, and offensive dialogue. And the worst thing is the guy who worked on this is Latino, so it just was a knife in my chest. But anyhow, oh my God, this book, it received quite a bit of attention for all of its good and its bad. It had a high of $25, and now you can probably find it anywhere at this point with a graded value of $34. Rate it or hate it.
Okay. I have this whole run. I have the whole Miles What If run. Each issue featured him as a different character in Marvel. This one, like you said, man, it enforced a lot of like stereotypes, I guess you could say. And I don't know, man. I thought it came off really cheesy. I'm gonna hate. I didn't enjoy this. I thought it came off incredibly cheesy. And compared to the other issues, I didn't have near the fun with this. You're gonna find it in dollar bins. If you guys see it in dollar bins, pick it up. Don't pay more than like cover price for this though. You'll find it in dollar bins. I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate this one, Cliff. I'm hating it.
That's okay. Even though I love to look at it and make fun of it, I hate it too.
I mean, they have graffiti on Milner, for God's sake.
Bottom tier collector.
Graffiti, I love graffiti, but when you have Milner with graffiti all over it, it was just too much, man. It came off cheesy.
It was awful. It was awful. All right, we're gonna take a break from that, and we're gonna come back around to another favorite. The Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 4, and of course, our Iron Cat homegirl in her civilian identity makes her first appearance here. Do we rate it or hate it?
I'll rate it. If you're collecting Spider-Man, Peter Parker the Spectacular is it's an affordable run to collect. If you're a beginner collector and you want to get into collecting Spider-Man, that would be one of the first runs I would recommend getting into, that or Web of. This is an annual. If you could find it cheap, definitely pick it up. I don't collect as much Spider-Man anymore. I've kind of went in a different direction with my collecting, but if I found this on the cheap end, I'm definitely grabbing it. I'm going to rate it a solid 3 because it's a Spider-Man. The only reason I'm going low is because it's an annual and it's not like a big key or anything. So we'll go 3, solid 3.
Yeah, it's a
No
medium
hate for
key.
Spider-Man.
It's a medium key. It's Spider-Man. The book is from 1984. Totally go.
It's a cool
Totally
black
with
suit cover.
me. I'll totally give it a 3. I even paid the $12 for it, not more. And
Yeah, not more, not more.
you know, so it is good stuff. Good stuff. Oh
No
my
hate
god.
for
So
Spider-Man.
was she a gangster? No, she just lived in a bad neighborhood. Don't you know that?
Poor Aunt May. Poor Aunt May.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, solid 3 from this all around. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
All
lots of
right.
love for Spider-Man.
Oh, ooh, the next one is gonna be a pisser too, because there's another favorite artist involved.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
It's 8 Billion Genies #1, and this cover is by Jenny Frizza.
Yes. Awesome.
Rate it or hate it.
All right. I will say again that it's not a series that I stayed on for very long. It just wasn't my thing. I think it was a lot of people around me seem to really enjoy this book, so I'm not going to hate this at all. We'll rate it. I have this cover in my collection. It's a beautiful Jenny Frison cover. I am a fan of Jenny Frison. She has really even turned up the heat in 2024 with her cover art. Some of the stuff she's put out recently, it's all just been so amazing. But this is an amazing cover in itself. I'm going to rate this pretty high, man. I'm going to give this a 4 because this cover was just one that everybody wanted in their collection when it came out. Just such a beautiful, stunning cover.
Yeah, I like the cover. I like the series. So a 3 from me. I think there's not too much else going on here, other than great spirit. It's great series, fabulous cover. I can't argue with that. Fabulous cover.
It's beautiful. If you're a Jenny Frison collector, this is one that you have to have in your collection. You have to have it. It's just a beautiful cover.
My goodness. Oh, look at Trev with his Jenny Frison love. Have this raw signed and collected. I mean,
and that's exactly what I was talking about. Like, if you collect Jenny Frison, this is one that you're gonna want. You're gonna want a raw copy. You're gonna want it slabbed. It's just a beautiful example of Frison artwork.
Absolutely, and I'm totally on board with like the art collector. That is its own variant of collector.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
I'm so dumb and cheesy. All right, moving on to number one. Number one. It's 8 Billion Genies #1, cover A. And shockingly, really has kind of taken a dive from all of its initial heat.
Yeah.
So, once again, rate it or hate it for the last time for 8 billion freaking genies.
8 billion freaking genies. Man, it's not my thing, but I can't hate it. It was a successful series. It was optioned. We'll see where they go with it. So many series that are optioned don't ever come to fruition. If they do, it's just a very slow moving process. Oh man, but I'm not gonna hate it. We'll give it a solid 3, just because I'm not reading it. I would probably go higher if you can pick it up for below $20 or below. Definitely grab it. I would grab it for that, just because I'll pick up a copy and just see where it goes. And yeah, no hate for 8 Billion Genies, just not my thing.
It is. I mean, it's a valid collectible. It's a great story. It's indie titles just kind of linger if they're a great story. It's a solid 3 from me as well. But nice. Maybe I'm a little biased. I do own it. Teetering on a 4, but not quite a 4. It's a solid 3.
I don't own this cover. I don't have the main cover. I had the last cover, the Frison cover, but I don't own this one.
Yeah. No, actually, right. I do not have this cover. That's what's pretty funny. This is definitely not the one I have. But anyhow, thank you for playing. All right.
That was awesome. I got to hate on some stuff. I don't normally hate stuff on my channel, so it's fun hating on some stuff.
No, some of these retrospectives are absolutely disastrous, and I love it. I love it. My goodness. Good Lord. I can't wait to work on some more overlays. I gotta like fix things here, but I really like this. All right, Scotty, you were given a mission, sir, and that was to bring 5 items with a theme of your choice, sir. Let's be. You know what? I also need like a marker for whatever the heck I'm going to call this segment. But what's your 5 items?
All right, my 5 items. I figured everybody would expect me to go with Dazzler, right? So I figured I would go. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of to be expected that I would pick Dazzler. Well, I didn't this week, guys. I went a different direction. I went with a different female character that has my heart. I went with She-Hulk. So I picked 5 books, 5 Jen Walters She-Hulk books that I feel like, I don't know, I picked them for different reasons, but I'll show you guys. Let's see. You want me to start with my first book?
No, start at 5 and dial it down to number 1.
Oh, okay. Start at the number 5 first. Okay. We'll start at number 5. And She-Hulk is a character that I collect everything She-Hulk. I collect any of the runs. I'm trying to complete every single run. But as far as different artists and their interpretations of She-Hulk, it's really fun to see all these different artists and how they draw her. And one really good example of somebody who kills it on She-Hulk that I have enjoyed collecting would be Jen Bartel. And I collect all the cover A's for Jen Bartel's the She-Hulk series that Rainbow Rowell does. It's She-Hulk, and then it was Sensational She-Hulk. It's wrapping up on issue 10, sadly. But Jen Bartel was doing all the A covers through both the series all the way up until issue 9 for Sensational. But I love the way that she draws Jen Walters and She-Hulk. And I think that it's a great representation of the character. I think she draws her very strong. It's very empowering. And I love the way that Jen Bartel did this character. There's a second print of this book as well where she's in a different costume. But for my number 5, I wanted to go with Jen Bartel and her cover A's, because I was really sad when I found out that Jen wasn't going to be doing the A covers for She-Hulk anymore. And then I found out, sadly, it's because She-Hulk's coming to an end at issue 10. So we got one more issue of She-Hulk coming up, and then they're wrapping it up. And it's not Bartel on the A covers anymore. It's somebody different. But I have thoroughly enjoyed collecting that series, and I owe a lot to Jen Bartel on the covers. I just look forward to what she's going to do with each cover every month. So sad to see that one go. But that was my number 5.
You know what? Maybe it's time we get a She-Hulk Dazzler team-up book.
I would love to see that, man. I really would. And I think that it would do pretty well at this point.
Get Jen Bartel, drawing those covers,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But when I look,
he has once again abducted Dazzler, but She-Hulk is there.
I didn't want to do Dazzler. Dazzler's my go-to, so I wanted to switch it up. And She-Hulk is another character that I just have so much love for, and I collect everything of She-Hulk. Funko Pops, action figures, anything She-Hulk.
She-Hulk's amazing, and I love your She-Hulk pick. I'm just thinking, look at the cover. What's that from?
Little Hardy's toy from the 90s.
A Hardy's toy with She-Hulk. Wow.
I just love that character. Lots of love for She-Hulk. Uh-oh. Am I back?
You are back, sir. BTC, I want to collect She-Hulk. I'm into it, and I don't have enough females in my collection. I highly recommend. I also highly recommend Dazzler. I'm just on a kick this morning.
It's
that freaking car, though. I love that car, man.
It's a character that's not very expensive to collect. It's not a real expensive. There's not any real expensive books to grab. Some of the ones in Sensational are a little. I mean, not expensive though. So it's definitely, it can be done. You can get all of She-Hulk stuff. It's not one that's out of range. But you want to see my number 4?
Number 4, yes.
Number 4 is my favorite artist. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, okay. Let's make sure I had all the books right. No, this isn't. This is one of my favorite current artists. A little bit controversial. Some people do not like this artist because it's one of the artists that's kind of been accused of taking from other things to create their artwork. So a little bit of controversy here, and a little bit of controversy with this book. If you're a She-Hulk collector, you may understand when I show it that this is I want to say this is volume 3, but there's a lot of controversy to this issue because this is the one where Star Fox did he use his power to sleep with She-Hulk, and
yeah,
really cool cover by Greg Horn, and
also,
Greg Horn is
also the question of, is his power involuntary?
Oh, was that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Is it involuntary?
Because if he's attracted to you, he starts giving off the pheromones, and then you could be attracted to him. And yeah, this is highly controversial issue. They have never wanted to touch on his pheromones again after this.
Yeah, and this is a small key just because of that reason. But I'm a collector of Greg Horn's artwork, controversial as it be. I love his stuff, man. I think it's really cool. I like the hyper-realistic style, and I have a lot of his covers for... I have most of his covers for Elektra, and I got a lot of the She-Hulk covers. There's some Emma Frost covers I have of his. Just a lot of beautiful artwork, and I really like his version of She-Hulk. So
I like
that
most
is what
of his version of She-Hulk. There is a cover where She-Hulk is like pouncing, and her face is straight up New York's mother, Sister Patterson from I Love New York and Flavor of Love. And I'm like, dude, were you watching Flavor of Love when you do this? He goes, why would you say that to me? I was like, this is Sister Patterson. This is New York's mother. I was like, I don't care what you tell me. I was like, I'm telling you to your face right here, right now. You were watching I Love New York.
Well, some of the, if you look at some of the faces, they look very similar to real life people, and I think that's where some of the
he's only getting inspiration from real life people. It's
right.
fantastic.
There are some covers that I can't remember. I think it might have been the Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel run that he did the covers for. Some of the faces look Marvel. Some of the faces look like Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
Yes.
I dig Greg Horn. I like him. So I picked that for my number 4. So my number 3, we're going back to the classic stuff. This is my favorite She-Hulk cover of all time. It is for a Marvel Fanfare issue 48. And I just love the way that She-Hulk is drawn in this. There's actually an action figure that came out recently of this version of She-Hulk. But check this cover out. That is my favorite cover featuring She-Hulk of all time. I just love the way that she's portrayed on this cover. And recently we got the action figure for this version. So that's really cool.
I just love 80s let's get physical She-Hulk. It's just great.
Too.
It's just great.
But when I was going through my box of different She-Hulk covers, this one is just one that always stands out to me. And I just love it, man. I just love it. And having the action figure for it now, it's awesome as a toy collector. So Marvel Fanfare issue 48, and it's even got some cool corner box. I'm horrible at this. The corner box artwork right there.
That's awesome.
And
by the way, also I do love. Good morning, Marcus. Thank you for joining us. I do love her Fantastic Four version of this outfit. I love it.
Yeah, and I was debating. I almost went with that. I almost went with the John Byrne cover, where it's him and her on the cover, and she's in the FF costume. That was gonna be my pick, but I went with this one instead, actually. So it's funny you bring that up. I almost picked that one for this, but John Byrne, as you can see when I hold up the next book, is probably my favorite on She-Hulk. I say probably, definitely.
Oh, and it's a beautiful cover. I love that cover. BCC, very Wonder Woman-esque. I mean that as a compliment. And it's funny because Byrne did a run on Wonder Woman.
Really?
As notorious as that is, but go check that out, people.
I can totally see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that. My number 2 book, John Byrne, Sensational She-Hulk. Yes, man. I love this cover so much. It's a classic cover.
Buy this book or I'll rip up your X-Men.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure all of you guys, it's been homaged many times. They actually homage it at the end of the series for the final issue. But I'm sure a lot of you guys recognize this cover. It says, okay, now this is your second chance. If you don't buy my book this time, I'm going to come to your house and rip up all your X-Men. So you can pick this up real cheap. You can pick this up for like $20-something, I think. But I love that book.
Absolutely. It's a great pickup. Great pickup.
Yeah, so John Byrne, definitely my favorite when it comes to She-Hulk. And I have most of that run. There's a few of the bigger keys that I'm still working on picking up. I think Taylor Winder's got one of the bigger keys for me that I'm going to get from him. So hopefully I'll complete that in the near future. But if you're somebody that's looking to collect She-Hulk, I would highly suggest start with Sensational She-Hulk and start collecting that run. And you'll fall in love and just collect all the other ones from there. But just a fun character. Now for issue 1, this book has so much love for me for so many different reasons. I actually found this in a dollar bin, and I found it along with a lot of other really just awesome keys. It was one of the best days in hunting, like as a comic book hunter. And I'm sure you've had days like this too yourself, Cliff. Like we all have days where occasionally we'll be going through dollar bins and you find like a really big book out of nowhere, and your heart starts racing, you start sweating, you're freaking out and shaking a little bit. And that's what it's all about, just finding the days when you're able to find these really cool books. And this was part of one of my funnest hauls I ever found in the wild. But for my number 1 book is the very first appearance of She-Hulk. This is where it all started. This is Savage She-Hulk issue 1. So it's She-Hulk volume 1 right here. This is her first appearance, and it's a nice newsstand. It's in really good shape too. As a She-Hulk collector, this has got to be number 1. This is where it all started. And yeah, man, I love this cover. The cover art's beautiful. The Savage run's cool. I don't like it as much as Sensational. Sensational is when she started breaking that fourth wall and a little bit more personality. And I like that version of She-Hulk a little better, but gotta have this one on the list. So Savage She-Hulk issue 1, the first appearance.
The first appearance of She-Hulk. And if you don't go gunning for a high grade, it's a very affordable key.
It is. It's, I don't know, you can get it for under $200 easy. Yeah, for sure. It depends on what grade you want, really. But this is a raw newsstand, and it's in really good shape. I should probably get it graded. I don't really see any ticks or anything. But this was part of one of my best finds, my best hauls that I brought home from, I think, year before last. It was just such a good day. So many good memories attached to this book, too. So I love this book for so many reasons. But that's my She-Hulk stuff.
I love it. You know, we get the 17-page story on the interior of the She-Hulk Lives. It's her intro and origin. Bruce Banner's origin is retold in a flashback. Nick Trask's gang is also in this book. Nick Trask got a gang. apparently they were fighting gangsters left and right back then.
But yeah, man. Oh, hold on. Let me grab this. I'm gonna show you this figure.
Ooh, we got a figure too.
Yeah, because recently I should have had this ready, but recently Hasbro did that version that I showed on the cover of Marvel Fanfare that I like so much. They actually did it in figure form. She's great.
And they nailed the muscle detail too, and the hair looks great.
Like she's totally you can totally do like the cover poses and stuff. It's really cool. She's an awesome character. But yeah, man, I figured I would go the other direction this week and do some She-Hulk. Dazzler would have been too easy. Dazzler would have been easy,
but I'm very happy you went with She-Hulk. She-Hulk's great.
Lots of love for She-Hulk.
I'm probably one of the few people out there who enjoyed her series, even though it took a hard turn in the final episode.
Oh man, as far as like the MCU and the show, I was looking forward to the show so much, and I enjoyed some of the stuff that they did with it, but like the twerking kind of turned me off. The having Megan the Stallion. Why do we need a musical appearance from a hot new rapper artist? I just didn't want that. I didn't need it. Listen, it wasn't directed to me, though. It wasn't for me.
I'm sorry. I love the twerking because I don't care it was Megan Thee Stallion. It was just the concept of what is more fourth wall breaking than that.
I know, man. I know.
It was so great. And I was like, and of course Jen would twerk. And everyone was like, why do we need to see that? I was like, it would have happened in the book. Like, that was not my problem. But you know, it's funny that you feel that way about her twerking.
It was cheesy.
I know, but it was fun cheesy for me. But it's funny that you feel that way about the twerking, because that's how I feel about the fucking cats in the Marvels. Those cats piss me off so fucking much. Everything else, the music planet, everything else, I can power through and enjoy the movie. But those fucking cats, those fucking flirkins, oh, unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. Oh, look, Marcus is with me, fine with the twerking, but then they threw away the entire story I was invested in. Yes, exactly.
It was horrible.
They're stealing DNA. Make it worth it.
I know. Yeah, that turned out really bad towards the end, and that was a cheesy scene in itself as well.
It was just out of control.
I was let down with the series. But maybe I expected too much.
Clearly, we all expected too much, and then they gave us Hulk's son real quick at the end, and I'm like, oh no!
Oh my god! Oh, no, please don't! Please don't take him back. Just take him back. Let's forget that they brought Scar in at the end. Let's forget we ever saw him. That was, oh man, don't get me started on that. Hate it.
Right. Okay, first of all, where did I become a hater of pussy? Where did that come from? You know? I was just here defending twerking. How does that go into hating pussy? I don't understand. And I don't hate pussy. I just don't have a use. Oh, because the cats, the flirkins. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got no use for space pussy. Good job, Elmore. Thank you.
Bottom tier. I need.
Make up my own mind that She-Hulk stuff.
I mean, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to hate on it entirely. There were moments I enjoyed, but there were just moments that were like over the top cheesy in my eyes.
The episode with the male retreat is my favorite episode, and it's written by Zeb Wells.
Really?
Yes.
Zeb Wells.
And when I talked to him about it, I said, did he realize that he was writing a response to how Jen treated Bruce in the first episode? And he looked at me like, what are you even talking about? You know? Because, you know, Jen really dismisses Bruce's experiences and everything, right? I can still hear you. There are the many Cliffs. Are we about to see? Cliff is a bi and straight ally. I don't know how often I'm a straight ally, just like making you guys sure that you're okay. We're about to see Dark Phoenix Cliff. You might see Dark Phoenix Cliff one day. You gotta really piss me off to want to scorch the earth and watch every motherfucker burn. And then there are so many Cliffs. I'm most scared of Straight Cliff though. Dude is aggressive. What? You want Straight Cliff? You want Straight Cliff?
Oh,
What you got a
damn.
problem with Straight Cliff? You got a problem with Straight
I
Cliff?
don't know that I've never seen Straight Cliff before.
Yeah, I put on a hat. I do the voice. And then everyone's like,
Oh, okay.
why is Straight Cliff have to sound that way? Is that what you think straight people sound like? I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Definitely. A deeper voice, more aggressive.
I want a twerking She-Hulk cover. Now that we've been talking about it, give me a twerking She-Hulk cover. I want the new She-Hulk #1 to have her Jenny Frizzon twerking She-Hulk. That's what I want for the new #1.
No, I can't say I wouldn't grab it. I would pick up the cover. I would totally pick up a twerking cover. It's just the way they did it was kind of cheesy, and I'm just not a fan of Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't need her in the She-Hulk series, but that wasn't for me though, so I get it. Straight Cliff has seen on.
Oh my god.
Marcus, FOC and Chill, man, every Tuesday.
That's right. That's right. And with that, we're just over the 11 o'clock hour. I believe Phil-tastic is running. So go check up on him and go to his channel. In the meantime, Scotty, thank you for being here. This is awesome. We had a wonderful time in education and She-Hulk. I'm very happy.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Be sure to like and subscribe. Come back and leave a comment, or leave a comment if you're watching on the rewatch. You can catch Scotty. Svaughn82 is his channel name and Instagram. You can see him Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Comic Book Addicts. Thank you for being here. Look at that Friday the 13th.
This Monday.
Looking forward to it. All right, everybody. Until next time. Peace.